It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's me, WestTownHD. Today, guys, I'm here to talk about some DLC fighters I wanted to see in the game. Sakurai had announced that they'd be bringing out 5 new DLC characters, each with stages and music to accommodate them with. So as soon as I saw that, I started writing the script for this video and said, hey, I'm gonna jump on this. Now, Sakurai only confirmed development of 5 characters, but we don't know if we'll be getting any more after that. Originally, I was gonna do just a top 5, but I threw a bonus character in here just because. So I will be giving you my top 6 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC fighters with stages and music. Starting off our list of the number 5 slot, we have the Monster Hunter. There was a rumor going on a while ago that the Monster Hunter was meant to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate due to the fact the Rathalos was there. The Ancestral Step, you can see in the Rathalos trailer, is also there, part of the World of Light, as you would. And presumably, I think there's Monster Hunter music that played in the Rathalos trailer. I'm not sure if that's in the game yet. We have yet to get confirmation of that, as well as the Monster Hunter's Mii costumes. Both of them are absent from what we can tell. So having the Monster Hunter in this game would make a lot of sense, considering that Rathalos is in the game. We have presumably Monster Hunter music in the game, as I just mentioned. So it'd be kind of weird if they just didn't give us that Monster Hunter character. For a stage, I think they'd probably just rework Ancestral Step from the Rathalos trailer there from World of Light. They could probably just do some kind of like, not like a walk-off like it currently is, but they could find some way to do it. And in terms of Monster Hunter music, oh, there's so much good Monster Hunter music. The Gaia-Chris theme, the Astalos theme, the Mizutsuin theme. Oh, there's so many different monster themes that could just bode so well in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I'd love to hear all of them. Our next character on the list, coming in at the number 4 slot, we have the Microsoft rep Banjo Kazooie. At first, I was campaigning Steve for Minecraft, but the more and more I think about it, I'm like, I don't really think Steve works in a fighting game setting. And on top of that, I feel like a lot more Nintendo fans would be happy with Banjo Kazooie because he's got such a big chunk of Nintendo history with them. He was a big part of the N64 era, and now he's in the clutches of Microsoft. Microsoft has gone on to record, though. Phil Spencer has said that he would be completely fine with Sakurai getting Banjo-Kazooie into the game, or even like any other Microsoft character. I think he said something along the lines. It's been a while since I last checked the tweet. On top of that, they also renewed the license for Banjo-Kazooie recently, presumably for the N64 Classic, hopefully coming out in the near future. But it also could be Microsoft making a new Banjo-Kazooie game, a remake, or it'd be for the next DLC fighter in Smash Bros. In terms of a stage, I think Spiral Mountain is probably a given at this point. It's in every single Banjo-Kazooie game to my knowledge. It was in Nuts and Bolts, which was the weird spin-off game. It was in Banjo 1, Banjo Tooie. So Spiral Mountain's probably definitely the stage of choice for Banjo. And music, any of the themes from like the worlds in Banjo would be fantastic. The harbor stage, the mountain stage, all the different stages, the Halloween looking stage. It's been like at least I'm 19. It's been around at least like 15 years. 13 years-ish since I last played Banjo, so forgive me if I can't remember the names of all the worlds. But I do remember all of their songs very vividly, and they would all fit so well in the setting of Smash. The third character on this list, and you'll probably hang me for saying this, but let's be real, it's Sakurai, and it's going to be new, it's going to be hot. I'm referring to a character from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Smash Bros, of course, is the best promotional tool. You get people interested in your games through your characters being in Smash Bros and being all hype. And I mean, Sakurai loves Fire Emblem, so for us to assume there would be no Fire Emblem like 3 Heroes representation in the game, 3 Houses, sorry, representation in the game, that'd be a little bonkers, considering he put Corn in the game before the game was even released over here in the West. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is supposed to be coming out in the spring. So if they're doing like the first DLC fighter, they could, well, I'd say they're more likely the second DLC fighter, like about like a month or 2 after the game's release, people put it down or whatnot, and they announced a new character like Edelgard coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And she wields like an axe or something. I just really hope that if they do put in a character, it's not another sword character, because I mean, from what we've seen, 3 Houses does have some diversity, but I'm not going to hold my breath considering how Smash Bros. Is with Fire Emblem and sword fighters. And on top of that, adding more Fire Emblem characters is definitely the Sakurai thing to do. In terms of a stage, though, for Fire Emblem 3 Houses, we don't really know enough about the game to like factor in a stage, but the castle there seems pretty cool. But of course, Fire Emblem castles, you know how that all works. And we've only heard a little bit of the music, but the soundtrack for the game already sounds great, so I'd be fine with them putting any amount of music in there. Ideally, I want Fire Emblem Warriors music in the game, because like the heavy rock metal versions of those songs are always so good. But we'll have to wait and see. Coming at the number 2 slot is none other than Dante from Devil May Cry. Now hear me out, I don't necessarily see Dante getting in the game. I love it, and I'd love to have him and Bayonetta go head to head. That'd be so dope. See the interaction between the two. And of course, Devil May Cry 5 is coming, but there's no Switch port in sight that we know of anyway. Just looking at the gameplay, I am a Switch fan through and through, but it'd be really challenging to get Devil May Cry 5 running at a solid 30 frames on the Switch. Unless they were to port the older Devil May Cry games, like Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, like the Devil May Cry collection, if they were to port that towards the Switch version, then launch Dante with it. So say you get Dante and Smash, and you get like 10% off your purchase digitally of the Devil May Cry collection. That'd be dope. And of course, how could you possibly pass up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate featuring Dante from Devil May Cry? Leaving money on the table there, Sakurai. In terms of a stage, I haven't played enough Devil May Cry, but probably like a generic city stage on fire with like explosions and demons in the back or something like that would be kind of cool. And music, okay, Devil May Cry has so much good music, it'd be so hard to choose a few. But if Castlevania can get 34 tracks, I'm sure they can give us at least like 10 tracks from Devil May Cry. Namely that one song, Devil May Cry 5, Pull My Devil Trigger, or however it goes. Been listening to that song on repeat since it came out. And the last characters for the list is Adam from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. Hear me out, Rex and Pyra are in the game. Adam and Mithra are nowhere to be seen. Torna is like the new hot and fresh Xenoblade game. It's kind of overtaken the original right now for a lot of fans, myself included. If you've played both games, you'll, at least me personally, will enjoy Adam way more than you did Rex. Rex is kind of an inexperienced child, and I think he's the youngest protagonist of the Xenoblade characters. Because I believe Shulk was like 18, Rex is about 15-ish, I think. And then you have Elma, the main protagonist from X, who's just a grown woman. And Adam, who's definitely in his 20s. So I mean, a lot of people like Rex and Pyra, but I definitely say I preferred Adam and Mithra as main characters. They were so funny together. The interaction was great. Seeing Mithra in a different light than the way you see her in the base game was definitely a treat. For a stage, they could probably go with the Tornin Titan as a stage, make it like a traveling stage and you can visit like all these different places, as that is the Titan the game is heavily based on. And music, need I say more than the Tornin battle theme? The Tornin battle theme is simply put my favorite wild encounter theme from any Xenoblade game, hands down. The unique monster theme is still gonna have to go to Xenoblade Chronicles X for that amazing vocal mix, but if we were to get a Xenoblade rep, I would love for it to be Adam and Mithra. I could see them doing Elma if they announced a Xenoblade Chronicles X port or a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles X to promote that game. To be honest, I would just be down with any more Xenoblade characters in the game whatsoever. Sakurai did also point out that by the time they had finalized the roster for this game, Rex hadn't quite made the cut. But to be fair, King K. Rool, Crumb, and the Black Knight all had Mii costumes, and at least 2 of those are playable now. So Rex could still technically get into the game, but I'm not holding my breath for him. And that was it for my 5 realistic choices. Now, the off-the-wall character that I want to see that I don't think is going to happen at all, I think I've seen a lot of people campaigning for him, I don't think it's possible, is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Imagine if they announced the Kingdom Hearts collection 2.5, 2.8, 1.5, the whole shebang, all those games coming to the Switch, along with a Kingdom Hearts 3 port releasing later that year. With one final trailer at the end showcasing Sora from Kingdom Hearts 2 debuting in Smash. A lot of people want Sora in the game, have been campaigning for him for a while. I just got into Kingdom Hearts recently over the summer, and I'm already in love with the series. But then there's the whole licensing issues, and Disney is very tight-lipped with what they'll allow their licensing to be used for. So I think if it was up to Square Enix, Sora would already be in the game. But I think it's because they have that Disney tie, that Disney's out here saying, I'm sorry, we can't let that happen. I'd love for that to happen, and that'd be a great send-off for the final DLC character, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In terms of a Kingdom Hearts stage, it could probably be Dive into the Heart, which is that little, for those who have played Kingdom Hearts, it's the little stained glass structure that Sora typically stands on during the beginning of a game. Ideally, if we're throwing licenses out the window, it'd be great for him to have like a traveling stage that you go through all these different Kingdom Hearts worlds and see all these different Disney characters, but that I am definitely positive will never happen in a billion years. And yeah, that's gonna do it for my predictions. Of course, there were some honorable mentions like Zeo-Ora from Pokemon, possibly a new Metroid character to coincide with Metroid Prime 4, a new Legend of Zelda character being like Impa. Heck, maybe we might even get Dixie Kong in the game. But we never know what Sakurai's gonna do after that Piranha Plant reveal. That's gonna do it for today's video though. If you guys did enjoy, definitely make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment down below telling me what fighters and stages you think are gonna come to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate next year. Don't forget to triple tap that subscribe and bell icon to become a West Town Warrior today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces!